This is a video on surface area nets and solids. Let's first start off by defining what a net is. A net is a pattern that you can cut and fold to make a model of a solid shape. If you think about it, it's really like wrapping paper on a gift. It's what would be the outside of a 3D shape. Let's take a minute and watch this video here. You can see this rectangular prism being folded up into the 3D shape and then being flattened out to show you the net. This is an example of a net. I want you guys to go ahead and draw a net of a cube on your paper. Knowing that the opposite sides of a number die must sum to 7, fill in the numbers 1 through 6 on the faces of your net. Pause the video until you are finished. Okay, now go ahead and copy this net with the numbers onto a blank piece of scrap paper. Cut it out and verify that you made a true number die. If you need to switch the placement of any numbers on this note guide, go ahead and do so. Again, you may need to pause the video until you have completed this task. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our next set of terms that we need to define. First of all, what is a face? Well, a face is an individual surface of a solid object. Looking at the rectangular prism that we saw in our video, there are 6 faces. You can see them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 faces. There should have also been 6 faces on the number cube that you made. Looking at the shape we have underneath our video, you can see that this part here is an example of a face. Next, we have vertices, or the singular version of it, which is a vertex. Vertices are basically corners. Or you can also think about it as where 2 lines meet. Let's go ahead again and look at the shape we have over and underneath our video on the right. Right here is an example of a vertex. As you can see, it is where 2 lines meet on our 3D shape. Lastly, we have an edge. An edge is a line segment that joins 2 vertices. So again, moving on over to our 3D shape we have beneath our video. This part right here would be an example of an edge. The last thing that we need to define before you move on with the rest of this week's packet is surface area. The surface area is the sum of the areas of the faces of a solid object. So if we look back at the rectangular prism from our video, you would see that if you add up the area of all 6 faces, you would end up getting the surface area. It's the area on the outside of a rectangular prism, or the area really on the outside of any 3D object. You now have enough information to move on with the rest of your packet. Good luck!